and you name it. And we're live. It's on. It's on. You just bring it up.
Good morning, Hamden. Good morning, good morning. You all look great. We got beautiful weather for some amazing door knocking. You've done incredible work, and we are almost there. Before I begin, I just want to give a quick shout out to my predecessor twice removed, Gary Hale, who was state senator in this district many years ago. Gary, thank you for being here. You know, our esteemed guest today, a good friend, someone who is no stranger to Hamden, who is a leader up in Hartford and throughout our state on so many issues for working families and women. She really needs no introduction. We all know Susan. She's well known to us, and it is an honor and a privilege to have her here in Hamden today to endorse Lauren and this team, our fantastic Lieutenant Governor, someone I admire, a leader and a friend, our Lieutenant Governor, Susan Bysiewicz.
George, thank you so much. And I know that Hamden is very proud that you're representing them. And let me just say that the whole state Senate has, the atmosphere in the state Senate has changed in such a good way since you have joined us. And it is great to be here on this beautiful morning to support the next mayor of Hamden, Lauren Garrett. I have to say that the governor and I have two top priorities in terms of the municipal election. Actually, I'll say three. They are Caroline Simmons, who's going to be the first female mayor of Stamford, which is a really big deal to have, because right now in our cities with Mayor Leclerc not running again, we do not have enough strong, smart, competent women leading our municipalities. So Caroline is at the top of our list. Also, Roberto Alves in Danbury. Finally, after 20 years, Danbury is going to go blue with some more hard work over the next week. And Alberto's amazing. He immigrated to Danbury as a small child with his family, and he's going to be a great leader. And then the third, of course, is Hamden. So we are so excited for Lauren and this team. And I'll say that it is really a pleasure to be with you all in person. Hey, Joe. And we're all here feeling very safe because we believe in science, data, and vaccinations because we're Democrats, right?
Sorry.
And we also are the best vaccinated state in the country,
Yes.
and the state with the lowest positivity
Yes.
rate. So while you're clapping, let's give our Governor Ned Lamont a round of applause for his amazing leadership. Yeah, thank you. That's for really tall people. Lauren and I don't need that. And I'll tell you, Lauren, during the pandemic, the governor and I developed this really strong appreciation for why municipal leadership is important. Because every week for months, we were on the phone with our municipal leaders, and some stood out and some not so much. We'll just leave it right there. And the mayors that stood out were the ones who were asking smart questions, who were clearly in contact with their constituents, who knew their communities and were a real voice for their constituents. And so that's why this election is really important, because the pandemic is not over. Life and death decisions are going to be made by our municipal leaders about the safety of our children. Do they wear masks? Do they get vaccinated? How do we keep our kids safe so they can learn in school in person? Because we know that is the most effective and the best for their social and emotional development. And also, since we're on the topic of education, where are our Board of Ed candidates? Can they raise their hands? Let's give them a round of applause, okay? Because they're going to be making life and death decisions, and they are also running at a time when there is a very toxic debate going on about issues of public health and the way we teach kids about history. And there is a very small but loud, sometimes rude and abusive minority out there that have very strong opinions. And I'm all for a healthy debate, but let's be civil about it, especially when it's involving our kids, because they are listening and they are paying attention, and we need to be good role models for them. The other reason that this election is important beyond the public health issues, this election is transformational because our fairy godfather of federal funding, Rosa DeLauro, is helping to bring $7 billion in federal resources to our state. Yes, applaud for Rosa DeLauro. And it is everyone who is running for local office and who wins who will make those critical decisions about how those resources are spent. So clearly the mayor will have a major role in that. The council members, the Board of Ed, all of our local leaders will be entrusted with that important job of investing in our families and the futures of our communities. And I know that Lauren and her team, all of you, share the values that the governor and I and your legislative leaders have. And that is that we want to invest in the things that matter to families. So childcare, healthcare, education, job training, these things are transformational for that very cute little baby in the pink.
Yeah.
The future of our communities, right there, look at her. So that's why this election is so very important. And what I love about Hamden is that you are a Democratic powerhouse.
Yes.
Evidence of that is Senator Cabrera. You brought it home for his election, and you know all about the grassroots. And so it is no secret that the primary was won by Lauren because you were all out there knocking. And this is just astounding. 20,000 doors. 20,000 doors. And that's not counting the calls, the postcards, the personal outreach. All of that is so important. And the last thing that I want to say is who you put forward for election is a reflection of who you are and where Hamden is and where it's going. And I got to say, I look at these Board of Ed and council candidates, and I'm thrilled that I think it's more than 50% women. Yes, it is. Okay, excellent. excellent. And you can see that those who are running are different ages from different parts of Hamden. And they represent, your candidates represent the beautiful diversity of Hamden
Yes.
and our state. And I wanted to end on that point because, you know, Lauren's got a lot of really good things that she wants to do. She wants to get Hamden's fiscal house in order because there's a crushing amount of debt. She wants to support small business development and retention in Hamden, and she knows a lot about that because that's what she's been doing for her professional life. But she also wants to make sure that the boards and commissions in this town reflect the diversity of the people of Hamden, and she wants to entrust those boards and commissions with a bigger role in setting Hamden's future. And I'll say that the governor and I are doing the same thing. You know, we made sure that half of our commissioners are women and more than 40% are people of color, and the people that we appoint to the judiciary and to our boards and commissions reflect the beautiful diversity of our state. And I just am so proud of a woman you've put forward to lead Hamden into the future, and the entire team. I give you the next mayor of Hamden, Lauren Garrett.
Good morning. We have a beautiful day to knock some doors because 20,000 doors is not enough for us.
Not enough.
And our lieutenant governor is no stranger to knocking on doors. So when she's impressed, we've done something special in Hamden.
That's right. That's right.
I want to thank Senator Cabrera. He's been very integral to this campaign, an early supporter, and really lending his credibility to a team of Democrats who have a very important job in front of us. And I also want to thank our Lieutenant Governor for coming here and endorsing the Democratic team. It's really important that Democrats maintain control of this town because we are going to be important when it comes to making sure that our governor and lieutenant governor stay in office in 2022. That's okay. You're doing.
I think the governor likes his job.
I think so. And they're doing such a fabulous job with the pandemic and making sure that Connecticut is a safe state. We've got kids around here who have not been vaccinated yet because they can't be vaccinated. And so keeping them safe is a major priority. I've got a 9-year-old and I'm so excited for him to get a vaccine very soon. And I trust that the rollout is going to be efficient and smooth, yes. And I can't wait for that day so that I can relax, so that I can feel confident that my family's not going to get sick. So I appreciate all the work that's been done there. Now, we know that the Republicans are talking a big game, and they're putting people in, these candidates, they're hoping to win so that the Republican Party can build a bench of extremists in Hamden and in other municipalities around the state. We've seen this before, and it's happening right now. We have to make sure that extremists stay out of office.
Yes. Yes. Very dangerous.
So it's feeling very good on the doors. People are excited about this election. I go to knock on a door, and I don't recognize everybody that I see, and they tell me that they're big fans, and it's really exciting. It's the excitement is definitely on the Democratic side, and we have to get through the next 10 days or so, and we can do this. We can power through with some good coffee and a couple donuts and get through the next week in a few days. And on November 3rd, Hamden will have decided to go in a new direction.
Yes. Woohoo! Yes.
Now, Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz is very right. We have a lot of women running this year. We also have a very diverse slate. It is the most diverse slate that Hamden has ever seen. And I always talk about the diversity of our candidates, both life experience and professional experience, because it's so important that I have in my job now a group of very professional, knowledgeable and talented people that I can tap into for support when we're trying to make decisions for this town. We've got an auditor, John Alston, running in the 2nd District.
Woohoo!
We have a social worker, Nancy Hill, running in this district, District 9. We have people with MBAs. We have a lawyer, Kristen Zeringer, running in the 1st District, which is just next door. We have candidates for Board of Education who are university professors, Siobhan Carter-David and Melissa Kaplan. And it's such a relief that I can look at them and have them help me make these decisions for our town, because we have so much to do. Economic development is going to need somebody who understands planning, like Ted Stevens in the 8th District. Justin Farmer is here because we need to make sure that we keep community at the forefront of all of our discussions. So I'm glad to have him on the council. And you know, to round out our at-large slate with Lori Sweet, Katie Kiley, a teacher, Corey O'Brien has his MBA, and Dominique Baez, who's in workforce development. That's important for economic development. So I'm very confident going into this, being able to rely on their talent and support in making decisions for our town. And I know that Hamden will be well represented with Karima Mickens in the town clerk's office.
Woo! That's the big one. That's the big one.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. When children walk in to have a tour of the government center with a Black woman as our town clerk, a beautiful Black woman at that. I want the children growing up in this town to see their diversity reflected in who is running for office this year and who will get elected on November 2nd. So we have just a few days left and we need to knock on some more doors. So I'm so glad that you're all here and energetic and caffeinated so that we can go out and knock more doors today and then continue to show up this week. We're probably going to use the hub dialer and make a lot of phone calls when it's raining.
Yes.
So be prepared to keep coming back day after day until we get to Wednesday when we sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for coming out today. Please continue to donate as well. We have an expensive election to continue to run.
Yes.
We have a very large universe that we're trying to reach out to because we don't want to just win. We want to win big. So we've got to pull voters out and it takes money. So please donate. There's a QR code inside. Just scan it on your phone and send a donation. And I'm thrilled that you're here to continue helping because we have so much that we need to do starting November 3rd.
Literally. The day after.
Yeah, we're working hard now. We're going to work harder on November 3rd.
Yes.
So thank you for being here. And we want to have all the candidates come up here and have a group picture.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Thank you so much.
Put it right back. Come on. Thank you. Where Miss Rhonda go? All right, is that everybody? Am I missing folks? All right, everybody, look right around here. All three are in the same line. Or look at me and smile. Say cheese. Say go Hamden. Let's say Hamden. All right. Everybody look at Rhonda, please. Let's make sure everybody's showing those nice, pretty smiles all in the same direction. Right. Nice.
Good? Nice?
Nice.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Can I take some more pictures of the candidates with the Lieutenant Governor, please? You want to do? Okay. All right. Ron, you want to come in a little closer? No, come in this way. All right. Sherry, I said hi. All right. It's all women. That's it. Everybody look at Rhonda. Rhonda's right here. Everybody look at Rhonda. Okay. Bring this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let them get the baby picture. Donut face. Wonderful. Nice. Good. Oh, sorry. Wait. Daddy gotta get a picture. Okay. All right, great. All right, cool. Actually, we're still live, actually. I was just going to say, you want me to